Sarvebhyah Swagatam. Welcome to the second class of Experience Jagadguru Srikrishna through Ashtottara Shatanamavali meaning. First we will chant the Ashtottara Shatanamastotra, then we'll see the meaning. Om Asya Shri Krishna Ashtottara Shatanamastotrasya Shri Shesha Rishihi Anushtup Chandaha Shri Krishno Devata Shri Krishna Prityarthe Shri Krishna Ashtottara Shatanama Jape Viniyogaha Shri Shesha Uvacha Shri Krishna Kamalanatho Vasudeva Sanatanaha Vasudevatmajah Punyo Leela Manusha Vigraha Shrivatsa Kaustubhadharo Yashoda Vatsalo Harihi Chaturbhujatta Chakrasi Gada Shankhambuja Yudhaha Devaki Nandana Shrisho Nanda Gopa Priyatmajaha Yamuna Vega Samhari Balabhadra Priyanujaha Putana Jivitahara Shakatasura Bhanjanaha Nanda Vrajajana Nandi Satchidananda Vigraha Navanita Viliptango Navanita Nato Naghaha Navanita Navaharo Muchukunda Prasadakaha Shodashastri Sahasresha Tribhangi Madhurakritihi Shukavagamrutabdhindur Yoginam Patihi Vatsavatacharo Nanto Dhenukasura Bhanjanaha Trinikrita Trinavarto Yamalarjuna Bhanjanaha Uttalatala Bhetta Chatamala Shyamala Kritihi Gopa Gopishwaro Yogi Koti Surya Samaprabha Ilapatif Paranjyotir Yadavendro Yadudvaha Vanamali Pitavasaf Parijatapaharakaha Govardhana Chalodhatta Gopalas Sarvapalakaha Ajo Niranjanah Kama Janakah Kanjalochanaha Madhuha Mathuranaatho Dwaraka Nayako Bali Vrindavananta Sanchari Tulasidama Bhushanaha Syamantaka Manerharta Naranarayanatmakaha Kubja Krishtambaradharo Mayi Paramapurushaha Mushtika Chanura Malla Yuddha Visharadaha Samsara Vairi Kamsarir Murarir Narakantakaha Anadi Brahmachari Cha Krishna Vyasanakarshakaha Shishupala Shirashchetta Duryodhanakulantakaha Vidurakrura Varado Vishwarupa Pradarshakaha Satyavak Satyasankalpas Satyabhamarato Jayi Subhadra Purvajo Vishnur Bhishma Mukti Pradayakaha Jagadguru Jagannatho Venunada Visharadaha Vrishabhasura Vidvamsi Bana Surakarantakaha Yudhishthira Pratisthata Barhi Barhavatam Sakaha Parthasarathiravyakto Gita Mritamahodadhihi Kaliya Phanimanikya Ranjita Shri Padambujaha Damodaro Yajna Bhokta Danavendra Vinashakaha Narayana Parabrahma Vannagashana Vahanaha Jalakrida Samasakta Gopi Vastrapaharakaha Punyashlokas-tirthapado Veda Vedyodaya-nidhihi Sarvatirthatmakas Sarvagraha-rupi Paratparaha Ityevam Krishna Devasya Namnam Ashtottaram Shatam Krishnena Krishna Bhaktena Shrutva Gita-mritam Pura Stotram Krishna Priyakaram Kritam Tasman Maya Shrutam Krishna Nama Mritan Nama Paramanandadayakam Sarvopadrava
खघ्नं परमायुष्यवर्धनं दानौ रतं तपस्तीर्थं यत्कृतं त्विह जन्मनि पठतां शृण्वतां चैव कोटिकोटिगुणं भवेत् पुत्रप्रथमपुत्राणामगतीनां गतिप्रदम् धनावहं दरिद्राणां जयेच्छूनां जयावहम् शिशूनां गोकुलानां च पुष्टिदं पुण्यवर्धनं वातग्रहज्वरादीनां शमनं शान्तिकारकम् अन्ते कृष्णस्मरणदं भवतापत्रयापहम् असिद्धसाधकं भद्रे जपादिकरमात्मना कृष्णाय यादवेन्द्राय ज्ञानमुद्राय योगिने नाथाय रुक्मिणीशाय नमो वेदान्तवेदिने इमं मन्त्रं महादेवि जपन्नेव दिवानिशं सर्वग्रहानुग्रहभाक् सर्वप्रियतमो भवेत् पुत्रपौत्रैः परिवृतः सर्वसिद्धिसमृद्धिमान् निर्विश्य भोगानन्तेऽपि कृष्णसायुज्यमाप्नुयात् इति श्रीनारदपाञ्चरात्रे ज्ञानामृतसारे उमामहेश्वरसंवादे धरणीशेषसंवादे श्रीकृष्णाष्टोत्तरशतनामस्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम्।
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Welcome to the understanding of the meanings of Krishna Ashtottara. Shruyate va? Yesterday we studied about 10 namas and their meanings. Before we studied the namas, we understood the importance of studying the namas in this Kali Yuga and how that can grant lot of benefits for all of us. We also touched upon how Krishna Ashtottara is a unique Ashtottara which is having Alpayasa Sadhyam Analpa Phalam. That is the attribute which it has. It takes less than 10 minutes to chant the same as a stotra. It takes less than 8 minutes to do the archana of Krishna, or about 10 minutes, but it gives maximum fruits to all of us. So with this background, we are trying to understand the meanings and some of the Sanskrit grammar related things like how to split the word, how to split the compound word, the samasa. We are also seeing if there are any stories associated with these names, we are also understanding the stories. We are also experiencing Bhagavan Krishna in different ways through these names. Indirectly, what we are doing is we are going through Vishnu Purana, we are going through Srimad Bhagavata, we will be going through some of the Gita shlokas. So like that, we are indirectly touching all aspects of Bhagavan Krishna by studying the Ashtottara Shatanama Stotram. We are in the 11th Nama. From today's class, we will try to do from 11 to 30. Bhagavan only should help us to go through these names. Each of these names every name requires 1 hour according to me. 1 hour of minimum discourse and 1 hour of minimum understanding. But we have embarked on this journey that we will do this in 5 to 7 days. and we are trying to see how much we can cover. So the 11th nama that we will be studying is Chaturbhujata Chakrasi Gada Shankhadyayudhaya Namaha. So if we split the word Chaturbhuja, Atta, Chakra, Asi, Gada, Shankhadi, Ayudhaya Namaha. Shankhadi Ayudhaya, Shankhadyayudhaya. Sandhi, we all know that. Now, we will just analyze that word properly. There are Chakra, Asi, Gada, Shankha, Ayudha. It is talking about some weapons which Bhagavan Krishna is holding. Let us see what are the weapons he is holding. Chakram, so Samskrita, if you split the word, Chakrancha, Asihicha, Gadacha, Shankahacha, Chakrasi Gada Shankaha, Chakrasi Gada Shankaha, Adayaha, and others. There he may be having a bow also in some form. So Chakrasi Gada Shankaha, Adayaha, Yesham Tani. Tani Kani Chakrasi Gada Shankha Dini Ayudhani. They are the weapons. Chakra is the Sudarshana Chakra which he is holding. Asi is the sword. The name of the sword of Bhagavan Vishnu is called Nandaka. Gada is the mace. It is Kaumodaki is the Gada that he is holding. When we do Satyanarayana Puja, we see Bhagavan Vishnu with the Kaumodaki. Shankha, all of us know the Shankha, Panchajanya. Then we have Adini, other things also may be there with Vishnu. He may be having a Sharanga, a bow. His bow is called Sharanga Dhanva. So he is called a Sharanga Dhanva. Sharanga represents his bow. In Amarakosha, it is said Chapasharangam Murarestu Srivat Solanchanam Smritam. Amarakosha also talks about all these Ayudhas. Now, this is the first part. Chakrasi Gada Shankadhini Ayudhani. Chatvaraha Bujaha. How many hands he is having? 4 hands. Chatvaraha Bujaha. 4 shoulders. Bujaihi Attani. Chaturbujatani. Those which are held by or born, one who bears these things by his 4 hands. Chaturbujata. What are those things? Sudarshana Chakra, Nandaka Khadga, Kaumodaki Gada, Panchajanya Shankha. In some other form, he is also having the Sharanga Dhanu. Now, to that person, we are prostrating to that Krishna who is having all these things in his hands. That is the meaning of the Attot, the Nama. Now, what do all these things represent? In Vishnu Sahasranama, when Bhagavan Vishnu is being praised through 1000 names, there is a separate Nama for him called Chakri. Chakraha asya asti iti Chakri, one who has Chakra in his hand. Here the Chakra represents Sudarshana Chakra. Now, our Shankaracharya says this Chakra represents the Manas Tattva. Why is Bhagavan having the Chakra in his hand? It is like a weapon. It indicates that he is holding this to protect his devotees. Second point. He uses this to kill. What are the instances where he has used the Chakra? If you see Srimad Bhagavata, he has used the Chakra to kill an Asura named Shishupala during the Rajasuya Yaga. So for Shishupala Vada, he uses the Chakra. Then he uses the Chakra in order to kill the crocodile which held the leg of Gajendra. Gajendra, the elephant king. This chakra, what does it represent? He indicates that for the sake of protecting the whole world, I am having this chakra. There is one more place in Srimad Bhagavatam where this chakra is coming, which is the Ambarisha Charita. This Sudarshana chakra, Bhagavan keeps it with Ambarisha and says, you please protect Ambarisha. When Durvasa Maharshi comes to Ambarisha, he says, I have come to take Atithya from you. Today is Dwadashi. Now, Ambarisha is a strict Ekadashi Vrata follower. On Dwadashi day, before the Dwadashi goes away, he has to have the Parana. That means he fasts, Nirjala Upavasa is being done by him on the previous day, and the Ekadashi Vrata has been followed by Ambarisha. Now, suppose now the Durvasa Maharshi does not come in time. He goes to take bath and he takes a lot of time. He does not come in time. So Ambarisha asks the Brahmins and the scholars around him, what should I do? The scholars say, you drink a sip of water. It is as good as taking something, but it is also not as wholesome as a complete food. Then when Durvasa comes, you can have the complete bhojanam. The moment he is about to drink the water, Durvasa comes and he is angry and wants to give shapa to him. At that time, the Sudarshana chakra chases Durvasa and says, so Durvasa goes around Brahma, Shiva, everywhere and comes back to Ambarisha, and Ambarisha prays to Sudarshana chakra and asks Sudarshana chakra to subside. So the Sudarshana chakra is used to protect the devotees. Through Ambarisha Charita, we know it is used to protect kill the Rakshasas, Sishupalavadha. It is used to kill the other pashus like crocodile, who again Bhakta Rakshanartham it was used. Now, in the Sri Vaishnava people, all the Sri Vaishnava people, they call Sudarshana Bhagavan as Chakra Talvar. Sudarshana is called, the chakra itself is called as, it is a principle, and the Sudarshana is a god by himself. We have Sudarshana Stuti by Vedanta Deshika. We have Sudarshana Stuti by Ambarisha in Bhagavata. So there are a lot of Sudarshana. We have Sudarshana Mahamantra, Sudarshana Homa, using which we do the Sudarshana Homa. So this is a very, very powerful chakra. In modern days, in all the factories, they put the Sudarshana chakra on the door and they protect the entire, they protect it from negative energies. Sudarshana Puja is done, especially on Ayudha Puja day in factories during Navaratri time. Lot of things are ascribed to Sudarshana and the chakra. Now, what does this, why is this so important? It represents the Manas Tattva. It represents the unsteady mind. This mind is faster than the wind. So you have to, just like how mind is faster than the wind, the chakra of Bhagavan Vishnu is faster than everything, and it can protect the bhaktas as fast as possible. Bhakta Rakshana Tatparatva of Bhagavan is indicated. And it's a Divya Yudha. It's a Nitya Yudha and a Divya Yudha. Bhagavan is always seen with his chakra. So it represents the Manas Tattva. It stands for the mind principle. Manas Tattvatmakam Sudarshanakyam Chakram. Asya Asti iti Saha Chakri iti Vishnu Sahasranamni Vartate. So in Vishnu Sahasranama, you have this Chakri Nama. The other import that we can take from Chakri is Samsara Chakram. The Samsara Chakra, the wheel of the Samsara, is set in motion by Bhagavat Agnya. So that is also an aspect to be considered. So he is called as Chaturbhujata. In one of the hands, he is having the chakra. We understood what all it means. Next is coming the chakra asi. Asi is the khadga, sword. Nandaka. Nandaki, sorry. Nandaki. Nandakaha asya asti. Nandakakyaha asihi asya asti iti Nandaki. He is called as Nandaki in Vishnu Sahasranama. Nandaka is the name of his sword. And what does it represent? This sword represents knowledge, the sharp knowledge. In 15th chapter, we have a Bhagavad Gita shloka. Asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. What does this sword do? It removes all the attachment. Asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. It removes the attachment in our lives. See, Nandaka, the word Nandaka has got Nanda there. Nanda means happiness. So it gives you happiness by removing the unhappy things, by removing your enemies. It is a sword which gives you happiness by removing the enemies. That is this. What are the enemies that we have? Raga, Shoka, Moha, all these enemies that we are having. So it represents the Vidya Tattva in the Bhagavan. Vidyamayaha Nandakakyaha Asihi. It represents the knowledge. The next Ayudha that he is having is Chakra Asi Gada. He is called as Gadadharaha. One who Gadandharatiti Gadadharaha. He is having the Gada. Now this Gada, the name of the Gada of Krishna is called Kaumodaki. It represents the Buddhi Tattva. What happens is, whenever there are disciplinary issues, you use the Gada. Any kind of problems dealing with discipline, etc., is dealt with the Gada. Kaumodaki Gada. So Buddhi Tattvatmika Gada. Next you have the Shankha. Now the Shankha, from where did Bhagavan get this Shankha? This Shankha in Krishnavatara, Bhagavan's Shankha is called as Panchajanya. The Asura Panchajanya, he had taken the form of a whale, and he kills the son of Sandipini Maharishi. So when Krishna goes to study in the Gurukula and finishes his studies and asks his Guru Sandipini, what Guru Dakshina should I give you? Sandipini knows that he is an Amanusha, he is a Charitra person, and he is Bhagavan himself. So he says, you please restore my son back to life and bring him to me. So Krishna goes to Yama, and after killing the Asura, he retrieves the conch which originally belonged to god Varuna, and this conch was named Panchajanya, and this is what is blown in the Panchajanyam Hrishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya. In the Bhagavad Gita Kurukshetra war also, Panchajanya is the Shankha which is blown by Bhagavan Krishna. So Panchajanyakyam, what does Panchajanya or the Shankha represents? It represents the Panchabhutas plus the Ahankara. And suppose one blows the Panchajanya, the Shankha, it keeps the evil spirits away. Shankha is the call from the Bhagavan. Bhagavan has the Shankha Panchajanya. Shankha is the call from the Bhagavan, which is saying, you come to me, you are wandering somewhere, you are going somewhere. Please understand me. Please try to understand me. Wherever you go, please come inside me. This is the meaning of the sound of the conch. It is the call of the Ishvara, and whenever the people hear this sound, they will feel happy. The whole Veda is like a Shankanada. It is the call of the Ishvara. And this represents the Panchabhutas and the Ahankara, the 5 elements. Chaturbhuja, Chakrasi, Gada, Shankha. Only Adi, the word etc. is given here. By Adi, we will take one more Ayudha, which is Sharanga, his Dhanu. So Sharanga is the Dhanu. It represents the Indriyas. Whenever there is a remote problem at a distance, so this Ayudha like Dhanu is used. Any problem at the Indriya level has to be dealt with differently. So that's why it represents the Indriya Tattva. Chaturbhujatta Chakrasi Gada Shankadhyudhaya Namaha. These are the Ayudhas present with Srikrishna, and it is told in this Nama. In Vishnu Sahasranama, these have separate Namas for themselves. The next Nama that we will be dealing is a very interesting Nama, Devaki Nandanaya Namaha. Devaki Nandanaya Namaha. Devaki Nandanaha ityukte Devakyaha Nandanaha. Nandanaha Putraha. Prostrations to the son of Devaki. Now, how did Krishna, when Vasudeva and Krishna were in the jail of Kamsa, when he was born as the 8th son of Devaki, 8th child of Devaki, Krishna appeared in a dazzling form of Mahavishnu himself to Devaki and Vasudeva. What did he have? He had this chakra, gada, kamala, shankha, everything he had, all the ornaments. Devaki was elated to see the form of Krishna. This form of Krishna is not even possible for yogis to see. They spend endless years doing tapas to see this form of Krishna. And however, Krishna has come in that form and he is giving the darshana to Devaki. She praises him and she appealed to him to withdraw his dear divine form so that Kamsa doesn't know of his avatara. And Krishna withdraws his glorious vision and he appeared like a normal baby. He enlightens Devaki and Vasudeva at that instance itself in Srimad Bhagavata as to why they had been blessed to be his parents. This is a very interesting story. In their previous birth, Devaki was born in the lineage of Swayambhuva Manu and her name was Prishni. Vasudeva was known as Sutapas. They performed a long penance as couple with their mind set on Mahavishnu alone. When Mahavishnu appeared before them to grant anything, they were deluded by Maya, and instead of asking for final liberation or moksha or Vishnu Padavi, they submitted that Bhagavan should be born as their son. They asked for Bhagavan to be born as their son. So their wish was granted and Vishnu was born to them as Prishni Garbha, and Vishnu was born again in the name of Upendra to Aditi and Kashyapa during the Vamana Avatara. Then in the third time in the Krishna Avatara, Bhagavan appeared as son of Devaki and Vasudeva to fulfill their prayers. So finally, they meditated upon Krishna and they attained moksha after they were freed from Maya. So Devaki had Krishna or Mahavishnu as her son in 3 avatars. That is the point to be known. So one more thing that we have to understand in all these avatars is, see, when we are worshipping Bhagavan, we can worship him as a friend. We can worship him as a mother. We can worship him as a child. So on and so forth. So if you approach him as a mother, it will be very nice. It's a different relationship. So in all relationship, mother, father, friend, brother, etc., you see him as Bhagavan. So every relationship is absolute relationship, and that relationship with Bhagavan can be made in countless ways. That is what is indicated by this nama, Devaki Nandanaya Namaha. One can relate to Ishvara as a mother, as a friend, as a son, as a husband, as a father, etc. So many ways you can relate to Ishvara. This is Devaki Nandanaya Namaha. Sri Shaya Namaha. Sri Shaya Namaha. So Isha, the word Isha is master, Lord, one who controls. He is called one who administers. He is called an Isha. Now, Sri Isha, Shriyaha Isha, as per the compound word, Shriyaha Isha. One who is the master of Shrihi. Now, what are the meanings of Shri? We will see later. So, meaning of Shrihi, Shrihi means Lakshmi, Shrihi means prosperity, Shrihi means wealth, Shrihi means knowledge, Shrihi means Vedas, Shrihi means Prabhutva or Lordship. So many meanings are there. Shrihi also means auspiciousness. Now, you can take this as Shriyaha Ishaha, one who is the master of Shrihi, or one who is the cause of glory of Shrihi Mahalakshmi. The third interesting interpretation of this nama is Shrihi Isha Yasya Saha, one who is guided by Shri, or one who is guided by Shri, he does all the actions. Shrihi Isha Yasya Saha, one whose ruler is Shri, one who is guided by Shri. That is why people use this Shri in everything. Durga Shri, Krishna Shri, Radha Shri, Vidya Shri. Everything they will add Shri, 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 Shri. Because without the guidance of Shri, nothing can happen. In Devi Bhagavatam, it is said that because of the power of Shri, Mahalakshmi, or the Shri Shakti, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, everybody, they move. They act. Even in Saundar Lahari, Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shakta Prabhavitum, Bhagavan says. Shiva cannot do anything without Shakti's help. So it is the Shri who is guiding Mahavishnu to do all the acts. Sarvavastha Vyavasthapika Saasti. She takes care of different conditions, different circumstances, different avasthas, etc. She may be called as Prakriti also in some Vedantic instances. This is slightly different from the Kamala Nathaha name. Sri Shaya Namaha, people may say, see, you have just changed the name and you are telling Sri Shaya Namaha. There you are telling Kamalanathaya Namaha. How are these two namas different? Kamalanatha, the name Kamalanatha, he is focusing on how Bhagavan Vishnu obtained Mahalakshmi. She was seated on the Kamala, the lotus, and she came from the Ksheerasagara and she obtained Mahavishnu as a consort. That is the focus of Kamalanathaya Namaha, of the Nama Kamalanathaya Namaha. The Nama Sri Shaya Namaha focuses on not this aspect, but it focuses on after they are Dampati, Divya Dampati, how are they acting? So totally it's a different perspective which is being given by these two names. Though at the surface level we can say consort of Mahalakshmi also for this name, but it is really different. These two namas are different. The next nama that we go for is Nanda Gopa Priyatmajaya Namaha. Nanda Gopa Priyatmajaya Namaha. Gaha Pati iti Gopaha. Atmanaha Jayate iti Atmajaha. Priyaha Chaso Atmajaha cha Priyatmajaha. Nanda Gopasya Priyatmajaha. Nanda Gopa Priyatmajaha. Tasmai Namaha. He is the dearest son of Nanda Gopa. So yesterday we saw that Nanda Gopa and Yashoda were the Ashtavasus who had taken human birth due to a curse of Brahma. So they are unaware of the Krishna Avatara and they had wondered on many occasions as to how their little child is doing so much of Leelas and etc. There is one explicit Leela with respect to Nanda Gopa, which happens only with Nanda Gopa, which explains Krishna's divinity to him. Once Nanda Gopa and all other elders, they go to Yamuna to take bath on a Dwadashi day. So they wanted to complete the Ekadashi Vrata, so they did the Snanam. So before dawn only, they had gone to the river and say in the Brahmi Murta around 3:34. So when there were still some asuras who were there, who were in the river waters. Normally, the asuras, they take bath at between 12 and 2:30, 3 o'clock that time. So we should not venture into river waters, etc. during the night. That is the time for the asuras. At 3:30 onwards, 3 o'clock onwards, some devas will be there, and afterwards, Manushyas like us should come. So when Nanda Gopa did not know the time and he goes into the water before time, so one of the asuras takes him to Varuna Devata, to the to Lord of Varuna Devata. She said, so meanwhile, some of the others, they saw Nanda disappearing in the water. They called out to Krishna and say, see, your father was taking bath. He just now went down into the water. Krishna plunges and goes and sees Varuna. And then Varuna, as soon as he sees Krishna, he realizes that he is Paramatma. And he releases Nanda. At that time, Nanda Gopa realizes that he is Parabrahma Vastu and he is the Paramatma. So he did many times. Nanda also wanted to have a darshan of Vaikuntha, etc. So Nanda Gopa has been transported by Krishna to all the worlds to have a glimpse of the Vaikuntha. But immediately he is brought back to the normal world to witness the cowherd by Krishna. So whatever he sees, he forgets. Finally, he forgets that Krishna is divine. So this is the Leela of Bhagavan. And because he was the dearest son to Nanda Gopa, and Bhagavan gave him an opportunity to experience his divinity, which others, even the rishis, could not have. Next nama is Yamuna Vega Samharine Namaha. Yamuna Vega Samharine Namaha. Samhari means usually one who destroys kills, but that should not be taken here. Here you should take it as one who controls. One who controls what? Vega, speed of what? Yamuna Nadi. Sir, when did this Krishna control the speed of Yamuna Nadi? What is the story here? This curiosity will be there with all of us. So, Yamunayaha Vegaha, Yamuna Vegaha, Tasya Samharine Namaha. Yamuna Vega Samhari, Tasya Samharam Yaha Karoti. Saha Samhari. So we all know about the circumstances when Krishna was born. So when he was born and in the prison cell, Krishna, after he became a boy, he instructs Vasudeva to leave him in Nanda's house in the Gokula across the river Yamuna, and bring back that Yashoda's newborn child here into the jail. So Vasudeva understands Bhagavan's Leela, places the child in a basket, wraps it in a cloth, and he looked at the locked prison gates. Suddenly it opens up miraculously. He walks out and reaches the banks of the river Yamuna, where it is raining heavily. Dark clouds are overhead and torrential rains are happening. The river water is steadily rising. Placing his faith on Krishna, Vasudeva steps into the waters. He does not even know what is happening. So Adishesha, the 1,000-head Adishesha, comes and keeps his head in the form of a hood on top of that basket and protects the child from the rain. And Yamuna, whose waters had risen and swollen, suddenly starts giving way to Vasudeva. And her speed, etc., is controlled. That is why he is named as Yamuna Vega Samharine Namaha. At a childhood age, he has done that. Now, where is the pramana for this? So in Bhagavata, we have a shloka, very interesting, very beautiful shloka. Bhayanaka Varta Shatakula Nadi Margam Dadau Sindhuriva Shriyafpatehe Bhayanaka Varta Shatakula Nadi Margam Dadau Sindhuriva Shriyafpatehe. Just like how the Samudra Raja gave a new path to Rama, asking him to build the bridge over the Samudra, Shriyafpatehe, Sridhariya Vyakhyana says, Shriyafpati in this shloka represents Sri Rama. Just like how the ocean gave way to Sri Rama, similarly, this Yamuna Nadi gave way to Bhagavan Krishna in this avatar. That is what is being told in the 10th skanda, 3rd shloka, 3rd adhyaya, 5th shloka. Yamuna Vega Samharine Namaha. Balabhadra Priyanujaya Namaha. Balabhadra Priyanujaya Namaha. Balabhadra represents Balarama. Priya Anuja. So he is the dearest younger brother of Balabhadra. Now, Balabhadra in Puri Kshetra, we can see that we have the worship of Balarama, Subhadra, Sudarshana, Jagannatha. So it is always Balabhadra, Subhadra, Sudarshana Sahita Jagannathasya Puja Puri Kshetre Bhavati. It's a wonderful scene to experience Krishna along with Balabhadra. The Puri Kshetra Bhaktas, even today, we have the Rathotsava separately for Balarama, Balabhadra, separately for Subhadra, and for Jagannatha. Now, what did Balabhadra Priyanujaya Namaha? Both Krishna and Balarama do lot of leelas in Vrindavan and Gokula. Balarama kills Pralambasura. Pralambasura Vadha. So there were the Balarama and Krishna, once they used to take the cows and calves daily for grazing to Brindavana. The boys used to play, sing and enjoy the nature's beauty. Once they divided themselves into two teams, one under Krishna, one under Balarama. A boy from one team was an opponent from the other team. With the, if one gets, whoever gets defeated, he has to carry the victory, the person who won, up to the feet of a particular banyan tree. This was the game. Now, once Pralambasura, who is Kamsa's emissary, saw this opportunity to kill the brothers, and with Krishna's consent, he joined the team disguised as a coward. Pralamba was defeated by Balarama, who was an able wrestler. Pralamba now had to carry Balarama to the banyan tree. But instead of stopping at the tree, he continued to carry him away. A suspicious Balarama pushed his weight down to stop the Asura, who assumed his huge real form. Balarama was frightened. So Balarama could see Krishna from above, but it was only from a distance. At this instance, what Vishnu Purana says is, Krishna mentally transmits the message to Balarama. He says, you are the most powerful person. Why are you thinking that you are an ordinary human being? Please kill him. Kimayam manusho bhavaha vyaktameva valambate sarvatman sarvaguhyanan guhyatmanatvaya. Suddenly, Balarama's fear goes away and he finds the strength and courage to crush the Asura and frees himself. So this has a great philosophical message, this story, Pralambasura Vadha. The Pralambasura Vadha represents the evil vasanas, past tendencies in every human being. These vasanas forcefully carry the beings away from Paramatma, that is Krishna. As an indweller in every being, Krishna is there inside you. You just have to seek his guidance and look out for him. Then you can have the strength yourself to come out of the evil vasanas, the past tendencies. So in Narayanyam also, Bhattatri has described this very well. And Balarama was welcomed back by Krishna after Pralambasura Vadha. It's a very good instance of Balarama. It's a very nice story. Next is Nama is Putana Jivita Paharaya Namaha. Putana Jivita Apaharaya Namaha. Apahara, slave, one who takes away. Jivita, life. Putana. Putana refers to the demoness Putana. Now, this Putana, who was this Putana? What is the story? All of you know the Putana story. Putana is a lady, a Rakshasi, who was sent by Kamsa to kill all the newborn baby born in the last 10 days in his kingdom. So she enters Gokula disguised as a beautiful young maid. She enters the house of Yashoda and sees Krishna. She tries to kill him by giving him poisonous breast milk, but Krishna deeply sucked her breast, pulling out her life. What happened to her? She attained moksha. Now there are a lot of questions in Putana's story. Who was this Putana? How come she got the auspiciousness of giving milk to Bhagavan? How did she attain moksha? She is a Rakshasi. She should have been killed. She got killed, but why did she attain moksha? These are some of the questions. Now, if we go to Brahma Vaivarta Purana, we understand that this Putana was the daughter of Bali Chakravarti. She was named Ratnamala. As soon as she sees Vamana, she gets a desire that she should have Vamana as her son and she should she should feed her with breast milk. But immediately Vamana overpowers Bali Chakravarti and Bali Nigraha happens. So she is the daughter of Bali, so she also wants to kill Vamana. She also had the desire that I should try to kill Vamana, and I should also have, the previous desire was she wanted to have him as a son and give milk. She also wanted to kill him. She wanted to put an effort to kill him. Now, Bhagavan gave her this opportunity in this avatara, Krishna avatara, where she comes as a Rakshasi. She tries to kill him, but she doesn't succeed. He also tries to give her breast milk, which was her desire. So, if we were talking of relationship with Bhagavan, here Putana had a motherly relationship with Bhagavan. She wanted to give him milk. So that is why she got liberated, though she was the first enemy faced by Krishna. The next nama that we'll be studying is Shakatasura Bhanjana Yanamaha. Shakatasura Bhanjana. Shakatasura, as the name itself says, Shakata is Shakata means, the word Shakata means cart. One day Krishna was lying on the floor on his stomach for the first time. The nakshatram on that day was Rohini. Yashoda thought that his nakshatram is there. It's a monthly nakshatram which is coming. She wanted to celebrate that by distributing clothes, flowers, fruits, etc. to cows, etc. to Brahmins. So she gives us a nice oil bath to Krishna and places him in the cradle under the cart and went about attending to her daily activities. This cart, this Shakatasura, this cart which was there, it was an Asura who had entered the Vraja in the form of a cart. Now, as soon as Krishna was placed on the cart capsized suddenly, axle, fork, and wheel were shattered to pieces. And Krishna actually started crying for milk. Yashoda was busy, so she did not hear. Krishna shook his legs and hit the cart, and it causes the cart to be shattered to pieces. They rush to the spot and sees that the cart, how did this cart overturn on its own? This boy could not have overturned this cart. So they were still deliberating on how this could have happened. So he uses Krishna's Leela was such that he uses only one little tiny foot to dismantle the Asura. And he ran away and the children, they continue to say that this was happened when Krishna hit the cart with his feet. Because of the touch of Krishna's feet, the Asura's body disappeared. So they tried to protect Krishna, Nanda Gopa and Yashoda. So this was the Shakatasura Bhanjana. It was a Leela. It was another Bala Leela of Krishna. Shakatasurasya Bhanjanaha. Shakatasura Bhanjanaha. Nanda Vraja Jananandine Namaha. Nanda Vraja Jananandine Namaha. One who brought the joy to all the people of Vraja. Vraja Bhumi. So Krishna brought joy to all the people in Vraja, Vraja Bhumi. Who are these Nanda Vrajas? They are all the Gopalas. Tan Anandayati. Nanda Vrajasya Janaha, Nanda Vraja Janaha, Tan Anandayati iti. Nanda Vraja Jananandi. the gopis of Mathura, the gopis of Vrindavan, they watched his childish pranks and often engaged with him in the childish acts. He would dance, he would sing, he would play his flute, he would play with all the gopis. He would snatch the vessel from a gopi, he would shake her shoulder, he would churn the curd in somebody's house, he would eat the navanita. He used to play with his friends. He used to graze cows. All the activities that he does brought immense joy to the people of Rajabhumi. He once lead them to a forest early morning. Sometimes he climbs the trees. He would run and ask others to catch him. Like this. Kim varnyate dishtamato rajaukasam. This is the shloka in Bhagavata, 10th canto, 12th adhyaya, 11th shloka. Yat pada pamsur bahujanma kritsataha kritatma bihi yogi bihi api alabhyaha sayeva yadrig vishaya swayam stitaha kim varnyate dishtamato rajaukasam. What can we say about the people of Raja who were such fortunate to live amongst the Krishna Leela, to live with Krishna? Even, see, he is the Parama Purusha, the dust of whose feet is difficult to obtain even for yogis. They try to do tapas to obtain him. What did the Vrajabhumi people do to get him to be there amongst themselves? That Bhagavata, Srimad Bhagavata tells about this Nanda Vraja Jananandide Namaha. That shloka has this bhava, which this nama also has. Sachidananda Vigrahaya Namaha. Sat Chit Ananda Vigrahaya Namaha. He is the embodiment of Sat Chit and Ananda, the existence, the consciousness, and the Ananda, which is the bliss. Next nama is Navanita Viliptangaya Namaha. His body is smeared with Yasya Angaha Navanitena Viliptaha. Fleshly, now Navanita Viliptangaha. Vilipta is smeared with butter. So we see the photo in all our houses, Krishna holding a pot full of butter in one hand and a handful of butter dripping from the other. That captivates all our hearts. Imagine this when you see this in real, in front of you. Now, he is not only a Navanita Chora, he is a Chitta Chora. Chitta Chora Yashoda Kebal Navanita Chora Gopal. A wonderful bhajan is there. Sringeri Swamiji, Shivabhinava Nrsimha Bharati Swamigal, 33rd Acharya of the Peetham, he writes a shloka. Navanita Pyadhikam Mridu Mama Hridayam Pranamra Rakshayam Iti Bodhayatum Datse Navanitam Kim Kare Krishna. He asked Krishna, "O Krishna, do you hold butter in your hand to proclaim that my heart is softer than butter, as soft as a butter? It is always engaged in protecting the devotees. Do you want to indicate this?" That is what is the bhava of the Acharya. So what does this butter indicate? It is spotlessly white. It is soft. It symbolizes that one's heart should be as spotless, free from anger, envy, hatred, and negativity. This is how our heart should be. And if our heart is like that, our mind will be drawn towards Krishna, and Krishna will take us into him. The butter is separated from the curd after it is churned continuously. The mind has to be detached from worldly attachments through careful churning and to equip the mind for enlightenment. That is why Our world transaction should be like a freshly churned butter. Navya Navanitam. Freshly churned butter. It will not be viscous. It will not stick. It will be like as though Padma Patram Ivambasa. That's how the butter should be. So Navanita Viliptangaya Namaha. We have a lot of philosophical lessons in this Navanita Viliptangaha. We have one more song in Krishna Lila Tarangini. Yehi Mudam Dehi Krishna Mam Pahi Gopala Bala Krishna Krishna Dhava Dhava Madhava Shri Krishna Krishna Navya Navanitam Ahara. Please bring the Navya Navanita. It indicates the philosophy that we just now spoke. Navanita Nataya Namaha. Navanitaya Natati. He who Navanita Sahitaha Yaha Asti iti Ekahartaha. He who is there always with Navanita. Navanita Praptyartam Yatkimapi Cheshtam Karoti. In order to get the butter, he can do anything. He can dance, he can act, he can do any abhinaya to get the Navanita. The same philosophy also applies here. The next nama is Anaghaya Namaha. Anaghaya Namaha. Agaha means papam. Anagha means one who is sinless. Anaghaya Namaha. He is a sinless person. Only the Paramatma can be sinless. This name occurs in Vishnu Sahasranama also. Anaghaya Namaha. Agamna vidyate yasya iti anagaha. So in Chandogya Upanishad, it is explained that the Ishvara or the Paramatma alone is uncontaminated. For example, we can say Rama Avatara and Krishna Avatara. They are never tainted by Punya Papa because it's an Avatara Karya. So Anaghaya Namaha is a very good name for a person who is sinless. Agamna vidyate asya iti anagaha. Navanita Lava Harine Namaha. Navanita Lava is a small portion. Navanita Lava, it's one who takes away a small portion of the butter. There is a Pata Beda here. Navanita Nava Harine Namaha. One who obtains butter from new places. Navam Navanitam Aharati Sada iti Nava Navanita Hari. Evam Navanita Nava Harine Namaha. That Nava and Navanita are slightly interchanged in the Nama. The Navanita Lava Harine Navanitasya Lavaha Navanita Lavaha Tam Aharati iti Navanita Lavahari iti Srikartum Shakyate. So the Krishna was not satisfied only with the butter made at home by Yashoda. He goes in search of fresh butter throughout the Vraja Bhumi and eats butter from all the houses in order to give Ananda to all the gopis. So that was the bhava was by churning the curd and taking the butter, he wanted everybody to realize their Atma. By churning one's own intellect, he wanted all the gopis to realize their Atma and have Atma Jnana. That is why he did this. The Navanita Chaurya Karyam, Navanita Svikarana Karyam Anyagrahat. He takes butter from other places. Only this was a Leela done by him, so that everybody can realize their Atma. Muchukunda Prasadakaya Namaha. Muchukunda Prasadaka. One who graced Muchukunda. Who was this Muchukunda? Muchukunda was an Ikshwaku, was a son of Mandhata, an Ikshwaku Vamsha Raja. Srikrishna blessed him by revealing his true identity and asked him for his wish. See, before this happens, what happens is Kala Yavana. There is one Asura called Kala Yavana who was very difficult to be defeated. So Kala Yavana, Krishna tries to walk to the Krishna tries to kill Kala Yavana by going near him and then walking briskly away from him. So Kala Yavana follows him. till this cave where Muchukunda is there. As it was pitch dark, Kalayavana could not spot Krishna inside the cave. He noticed a human form sleeping on the ground, this Kalayavana. Assuming that it was Krishna, Kalayavana kicked him. And a person woke and he sees Kalayavana. The person was none other than Muchukunda, and Kalayavana was burned to ashes. So, at that time, Krishna blessed him by revealing his identity. So, how did Muchukunda come there? So, Muchukunda asked Indra, the celestial god chief, who had come to thank him for his wealth. Once Muchukunda helps Indra, and that he be allowed to sleep for a long time, and that any person who dares to wake him up, he will be burnt to ashes. So that is how Kalayavana became Muchukunda's target. And Muchukunda granted him the well-deserved moksha, but he says you will be born as a Brahmana in the next Janma, and then you will have moksha. In this Janma only, you cannot have moksha. Like that, he says, at that time you will have freedom from all the sense, raga, moha, shoka, etc. And then you will get moksha. So this was the story of Muchukunda, Shodasha Stri Sahasreshaya Namaha. So Krishna, all of us know that Shodasha Stri, Sahasra, Shodasha is 16, 3 is women, Sahasra is 1000, Isha. Shodasha Stri Sahasreshaya Namaha, 60,000 women are, he is the Isha or master, he is the master of 60,000 women. So why did Krishna marry so many people? He already had 8 principal wives. So Rukmini, Satyabhama, Satya, Mitra, Vrinda, Lakshmana, all these people were there. Why did he marry 16,000 wives? So the story goes that Narakasura had captured a lot of unmarried women and kept them as slaves. So once the Asura was killed, these women begged Krishna that you have to marry us, otherwise we will not be able to, society will never accept us because we have been in the captivity of Narakasura for a long time. So they threatened that they will commit suicide if Krishna doesn't heed to this request. So Krishna is in Dharma Sankata, he accepts this request. And each of these 16,000 women, he gives them a palace and says, you be here, I am there with you. He takes 16,000 forms and he is there in all those houses. And this Leela is explained in Bhagavatam. And Narada comes and sees this Leela and is astonished as to how Krishna is doing this Leela. Now the symbolism of this has to be properly understood. Well, Krishna has married 16,000 wives, we can also marry, nobody should say that. This is an avatara and a Leela of Bhagavan. So these 16,000 people were rishis in the previous avatara, in Ramavatara, and they wanted to be associated with Krishna and marry Arjuna, marry Krishna, marry Vishnu, Bhagavan Vishnu, Rama. In that avatara, Rama said, in this avatara, I have only one wife, Sita. Therefore, you be born as gopis and these women, so you will be given a chance in the next avatar. So that is where they become his wives in the next incarnation. Devoid of Bhagavan is Nisanga. He is devoid of any attachments. He just gives anugraha to his devotees. With this mind, we have to take all these 16,000 people were his devotees. Sodashastri Sahasreshaya Namaha. So this is there in 10th canto, 59th adhyaya of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Tribhangine Namaha. Tribhangine Namaha. See, if you see the form of Sri Krishna with the flute, you will see that he has a threefold bent at the neck, waist, and the knee while playing the flute. This poise of Krishna captivates everyone's heart with his leg positioned with the right and the left foot in front, slightly bent knee, waist, and graceful tilt on the neck. So all these times, this avastha pada, legs are crossed. So one leg is firmly grounded, but the other leg is slightly resting on the tip. All this represents, if you go to Yoga Shastra, they will say a lot of things. It represents the divine serenity. Tribhangine namaha. On this form, people meditate. Madhura kritaye namaha. He has an akriti which is very pleasant. Madhura akriti. Madhura, enchanting, pleasant, sweet. Vallabhacharya composes a Ashtakam. Madhurashtakam. Adharam Madhuram, Vadanam Madhuram, Nayanam Madhuram, Hasitam Madhuram. Adharam Madhuram, Vadanam Madhuram, Nayanam Madhuram, Hasitam Madhuram, Hrudayam Madhuram, Gamanam Madhuram, Madhuradhipater Madhuram. Gopi Madhura, Gunja Madhura, lot of 8 Ashtakas are there. His Akriti, the entire form, is very pleasant to look at. Madhura Akritihi Tasya Yasya. Shukavag Amritabdhindave Namah. Shukavag Amritabdhihi. Shuka is Vyasasya Putraha Shukaha. Vag Amrita Abdihi. Vag Amritabdhihi. Vag Amritabdhihi represents the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, the speech of Shuka. The speech of Shuka is Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit. And Shukavag Amritabdhehe Induhu Kaha. Krishna. The moon of Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna. So, who our namaskarams to that Bhagavan who is the moon, to the Vagamritabdhi of Shuka Brahma, which is Srimad Bhagavatam. So, sage Vyasa received the Bhagavatam from Narada. Vyasa gives it to Shuka. Shuka gives it to Parikshit. Bhagavata Mahatmyam, it is said, Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Halam Shuka Mukhad Amrtadrava Sanyutam Pibata Bhagavatam Rasam Alayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavukaha. Oh devotees, if you want to taste the divine joy, drink the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam again and again, which is like Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Phalam. It is a wish-yielding tree of the Vedas, Nigama Vedas, which was dropped on the earth by the Shuka, parrot-like sage Shuka, Shuka Brahma. Shukavagamritabdhindave namaha. Govindaya namaha. Govindaha. This is a very important nama. We will take about 10 minutes to explain this nama. So please listen to, after this we will stop the class. Govindaya namaha. This had 2 words. Gauhu and Vind. Vind Dhatu has got many meanings. So, Vindati. Let us come to Vid Dhatu has got many meanings. To attain, Vindati. To secure, to protect, to reach, to understand, to know, to think, to be. Let us have this slide. Gauhu, the word Gauhu has got many meanings. Cow, heaven, arrow, animal, speech, diamond, direction, eye, earth, water. Now, with these combinations, we can generate so many meanings, at least about 30 meanings of the word Govinda. Let us go step by step. Let us take Matsyavatara. Now, is this Govinda Nama? It's a very famous Nama. Govinda Ashtakam is famous. Govinda Nama is famous. Bhaja Govindam Shloka is famous. On Dwadashi day, we are supposed to eat by telling Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. What is the importance of this Govinda Nama? Why is it so powerful? See, if you analyze this Nama fully, the Mahima of this Nama, there are books written on only this Nama. Let us take Matsyavatara. Now, in Matsyavatara, Gam Vindati iti Govindaha. Here, Gam is Vedavacham Vindati, one who protected the Vedas in the Matsyavatara. One who made sure that the Vedas reach the appropriate place. Gam Vedayati in Matsyavatara. In Kurmavatara, Gam, now you see what are the meanings. Kurma is tortoise. So Gam Jalam Vindati. Gam is water. We take it as water. So in Kurmavatara, for the sake of lifting the Mandara Parvata, he entered the Jala, he entered the water. That's why he is called as Govinda in Kurmavatara. In Varahavatara, he entered, he Gam Bhumim Vindati. He uplifted the earth in order to protect the earth. In Narasimhavatara, he was like an animal. The word Gam should be taken as an animal. Animal and what is an animal? Animal is Pashu. So Pashu is from that which has Loma. Loma is hair. So Gam Vindati. Lomani Tatra Sharira Angani Kesara Rupani. He takes the intestine and of Hiranyakashipu and secures and protects the earth. Protects his devotee Prahlada. So Gam, there we have to say Gaha Vindati, Lomani Vindati. In Vamanavatara, we take the meaning as Gam as heaven. Gam Swargam Vindati, Indraya Vedayati. So he makes sure that Indra's Padavi is given back to him and given back to Indra. The Swarga is given back to Indra. In Parashurama Avatara, the Gam can be taken as Bana Vindati. Gam Vindati, Banam Vindati. Kasya Banam, Ramasya Banam Vindati. He takes the Rama Bana and Ramadhanus along with his Bana and destroys all the Asuras inside him. That is why Parashurama Avatara, he is called as Govinda. In Rama Avatara, we know Sitam Gam Sitam Vindati. Sita is Bhumi Suta, Bhumi Gam Sitam Vindati. Kena Vindati, Gava Vindati. Gava Ravanaya Prayuktena Banena Vindati. He destroys Ravana through an arrow and gets Gam Sitam Vindati. And also in the Ramavatara, through Bana Sandhana, even he makes the Samudra Raja give way to him. In Krishnavatara, Govinda, we'll come to Krishnavatara. I will finish Buddha and Kalki and then come to Krishnavatara. In Buddha, Gam Vidyam Prashanta Vidyam. Speech, knowledge, warning, Vindati. Vedayati. See, because this Vida Dhatu can also have Vida Chetanakhyana Nivaseshu. Vedayate, Vida Vicharane, Vida Sattayam, Vida Jnane, Vida Labhe. So many arthas are there for Vida. So many dhatus can be taken. So, Gam Vidyam Prashanta Vidyam Bodhayati, Vedayati Bodhayati. Iti Buddha Avatare. Kalki Avatare Gam Bhubhagam Vindati. Shambhalakyam Bhubhagam Vindati. So these are the meanings of Govinda with respect to Dashavatara. Now coming back to Krishnavatara, the main story is when Indra does the Abhisheka to Krishna and names him as Govinda. So we all know the story Govardhana Uddharanam. Once Indra got a lot of pride, and Krishna tells all the people of Gokula not to offer the annual puja, but to offer the annual puja to Govardhana Giri. Indra tries to scare the people of Gokula with excess rain, but Krishna protects them by lifting the Govardhana Parvata and for 7 days. So Indra praises Krishna and bathes Krishna with the water of Ganga and announces Krishna as you will be henceforth known as Govinda because you have protected all these people. So it is called Govinda Pattabhishekam in Srimad Bhagavatam from 24 to 27, Canto 10. This is one meaning of Govinda. Now our Acharya Shankara says, Gobihi Vanibihi Vindate. Suppose you chant Vedas, Veda Vakyaihi, Vedanta Vakyaihi, Bhagavan can be attained. One who is to be known through the Vedanta Vakyas. He is called as Govinda. There is another commentary, Aham Kilendro Devanam Tvam Gavam Indratangataha Govinda iti Lokaha Tam Tvam Stoshyanti Bhuvi Shashvatam. I am Indra, the Lord of Devas, you are the Lord of the cows. Hence, world will praise you as Govinda. Sages will also call you as Govinda because you are the the word Gauhu represents Vani also. Nashtam vai dharanim puram vindam vai guhagatam Govinda iti tenaham devair vagbhir abhishtutaha. This we already told in Varahavatara. He uplifted the Dharani. This much we saw in with respect to Govinda Nama. There are few more Govinda Nama Nishpattis and meanings. Gam Swargam Vedayati Lambhayati. To the meritorious people, he will give us Swarga. That is why he is called as Ved. Then Gam Bhumim Avatarartham Vindati. He attains, he comes as an avatara in the Bhumi for the Bhakta Uddara. Therefore, he is called as Govinda. Gam Suryam. One more meaning of Gam is Surya, which is not given here. Gam Suryam Niyamanartham Vindati. Surya Mandale Yaha Sada Sannihitaha Bhavati. So Gam Suryam Prapayati Sarvan Devan. Gam, since it is Surya, even the Kiranas can be called as Gaha. So Kiranan Paritaha Vindati. One who is shining because of the rays of the sun. Some people say, the Mimamsakas, they say Gavamayanam. There is a yajna called Gavamayana. One who is worshipped by the Gavamayana. So Gam Kratu Bedham Yajna. Gam is a Yajna Bedha, Gavamayanakyam Aradhyam Tena Vindati. Direction. We don't Gaha Vindati. All directions he fills, he pervades all direction. Bharatim Vindati. Gam Vindati, Bharatim Vindati. So much of meanings are there. Gam also means, here arrow is there, no? From the tarot we take Gam can also represent Vajrayudha. So Vajrayudham Vedayati, he gave Vajrayudha to Indra. Prapayati, Vedayati we should take as to reach Prapayati. Finally, we can say he is the Tantaryami, who is a Buddhi Preraka, who is inside us, who gives us Jnana. Gam Jnanam Vedayati Prapayati. We can say, and we can rest it here. So like this, we have so many arthas of the word Govinda. Because of these so many arthas, we cannot continue now. We have, to some extent, we have covered some meanings of the word Govinda. We will close the class here. Swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Tomorrow we'll continue with some more names. I understand that I am taking 15 minutes extra, so please assume the class till 12:30. We will continue the class and try to finish in next 4 or 5 days by Krishna Kripa. Dhanyavadaha. Amogha, you can close the meeting.